Good afternoon, Naomi. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good,
I'm
thanks.
good. I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the GO2ENERGY TV. I hope you are happy as we are to participate in this as a young person.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
No, that's great. That's great. We are so also excited to have you here. Okay. The first thing that which we just want you to do is just to give us a brief background about yourself, who Naomi is, what she do, and where she's going.
Hello once again. My name is Naomi, like you said, Naomi Shai. I come from in a small township called Linyenye in Zanini, Limpopo. And yeah, growing up like any normal South African, it was not that difficult. I mean, by that time, I had both my parents, so everything was just normal until, unfortunately, I lost them, and that's when I knew that things are happening, and now I just have to be by myself. And that's when I started working hard. And I did electrical engineering. I got my N6. And from there, I didn't stop waiting for job. I worked at some retail shops. Any leadership opportunity, I took the opportunities. Yeah. And at the moment, I'm working at a company called Roslin Enclosures. We are wiring and installing the meters.
Okay. Okay, Naomi, that's great. You sound like a go-getter kind of a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
I see on your bio, you mentioned that you have done the CEA, which is the Certified Energy Auditor.
Yes,
Can you briefly tell us how important or share the importance of CEA with us?
Actually, CEA because it teaches us about how to save energy, and obviously when you save energy you are saving money, and also how to communicate with your clients. When you visit your clients or having your client, the steps that you need to take. Yeah.
Okay, can you take us back to how you find out about this CEA thing, how you came to ended up being a CEA, I mean a certified, not really saying that you ended up being a CEA, but how you ended up being in the energy industry?
Yeah, honestly speaking, after getting my N6, I was in Joburg, I think by then. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm tired of Gauteng life. Let me just go back to Limpopo. And when I got there, I didn't want to stay and wait again. So I had to register for another field, which is mechanical engineering. So I think it was towards my exams. That's when I got a call from Yuland saying I'm selected to be part of the CEA in training in Polokwane. So it was a 14-month program. After two months, I think, it was a theory. So these 2 months we stayed in Polokwane. It was a theory. After that, that's when she told me that I've been selected to go to Kenya. So we were just two of us. There was a guy called David and myself to go to Kenya. Yeah.
Okay. So in Kenya, what exactly were you doing in Kenya?
So honestly speaking, I was scared. It was on the 28th, I think, 28th September 2019. So, imagine it's my first time going there. I had to do my passport for that trip specifically, thanks to energy. So, yeah, we arrived there. I was nervous. I don't want to lie. I was nervous and asking myself that, how am I going to live? I mean, it's far away from home. So it was just difficult. And then finally, I met the guys there at a company called Innovators Limited. The CEO is Chris Mbori. So I met the guys, they were just friendly. And what I like about that is because I was the only lady. So at least all the attention will come to me. So I took that as an advantage that I will do this. And at first, honestly speaking, it didn't make sense. I mean, I'm just from, I mean, it was only my first experience in electrical field. So it didn't make sense. I'm trying to add up things that they taught me at school with practical. And those guys, they work, hey? They work. They work. So they were just patient with me. They gave me their previous reports, what they've done for me to just catch up. And finally, everything started adding up and I blended just like that. And I mean, we were, so when I arrived there, just a few weeks later, they got this, I would say, a tender to work or to do the audit for the telecommunication network, the biggest network that site called Safaricom. So we visited those sites called access sites. Is the areas, this big area, network areas. So we visited the site, putting our energy loggers there. So in a way, we're collecting data from the site and then going back to the office. So to say this, one thing I liked about Innovators Limited, those guys there, you do both practical and theory. With that data, we don't give a receptionist or admin to capture it for us. We capture it for ourselves. That's one thing I liked about those guys there. So they do both admin work at the same time as practical, as you call it, engineers work. So yeah, we visited the site, we did the audit. It was just hectic, and I want to say I learned much that site. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a handful of job, but I'm glad you did great in it. So tell
Yeah.
me, as a young Black South African woman who has just ventured into the energy industry, I mean, you only have less than 2 years in the energy industry, but how has it stood up for you? How has this industry been for you in terms of, are you managing, what challenges did you find in this industry as a young Black South African lady, especially after you were just selected randomly just to go to Kenya out of the country? I mean, if it was here, maybe with the languages and everything, it would have been difficult. But how has it been for you so far?
Honestly speaking, whenever I see there's only guys and I'm the only lady, for me it's an advantage. Okay. And I don't know if this is common, but in most cases, you find guys saying, "Hi, Naomi, sit down, we'll do this." I don't like that. I just like to prove a point. You know, for me, I take it as my advantage. So I don't say only guys will do this. Then I stand back until they do those hard parts, and then I go for the easy ones. No, and I think that's the only thing that kept me going. I'm a hard worker. Let me just say that I'm a hard worker.
Okay, so basically, the gender thing to you doesn't really work. It doesn't really matter whether you are a man or a woman. As long as you get your hands into something, then it goes. Yes. Well, that's a great. That's a very.
You show me one. The second time I go and I do it for myself.
Okay, yeah. That's great. That's great. That's great. I love that. I love that energy. I love that energy indeed. I love that energy.
Thanks to energy.
So with the SAEEC and especially like the programs, running the programs like Leaded and Say Yes, currently now we're doing the Say Yes thing. What can you say? What advice can you give to our young people, especially the young women who have that desire to get into the energy industry? What advice and what can you say to them?
Firstly, I would say they should just study hard. Those exams there, they are tricky. And one thing about energy is, I remember in my class, we had a guys who were doing mechanical, a guys who were doing chemical, I think. So it's just a combination of this engineering field, if I should say, if I should put it that way. So one thing I will tell them is energy is the future. I mean, yesterday President was talking about it, that we should go green. So I think they should just grab this opportunity. And I mean, as new as it is, for me, it was my first time I hear energy about, I mean, we used to these careers like nurses, doctors, artisans. Energy, honestly speaking, was my first time I hear about it. And it's nice to do something different. And as like our president said, we should go green. So this is the opportunity. You should grab it. I mean, you'll never know what you like until you're exposed to it. You should give it that time, be determined. I mean, use each and every opportunity that they get. Ask where they don't understand. I mean, just look at me. I went to Kenya with this energy. I mean, you know, so energy is the future. They should take the opportunity. They shouldn't limit themselves. I mean, I remember there were guys who like, we can't go to Mpumalanga, we don't know the place. So with energy, one thing I like about it takes you from your comfort zone,
Yeah.
you know. And a person like me, now I think I was born ready. I always say I was born ready. When they say tomorrow you're going to Mpumalanga, I told them, just tell me where, what time. Like I'm ever ready. You
Okay,
see,
that's
so this is just be open for it and be determined, and they shouldn't limit themselves and say we can't go to Gauteng, we can't go to Eastern Cape. You know, anything that comes, you should take it.
okay. That's a
Yeah.
great advice indeed. That's a great advice. Indeed. So coming back to you and the CEA side of the world, where do you see yourself? Let's just say maybe in the next coming 5 years in this industry, where do you see yourself?
Honestly speaking, and what I'm doing now is I'm saying it goes hand in hand with energy, because right now I'm artisan in training. I'm doing electrical. So here we are wiring. We are wiring the meters. One of our clients, city powers and city of Twan, we supply the municipality with the meters. And one thing I like about it is the same meters as an energy auditor. I'm going to use them to put my loggers, my energy devices. So right now, when I'm busy wiring, in my head, I'll be like, yeah, you can put. So I'm wiring everything efficiently, you know. And for me, I'm saying I'm just adding up to my career, because they go hand in hand. I mean, these meters are the ones that we see the energy consumption, and I just want to see myself as an engineer, and I guess leadet or CAEEC, they won't let me down. Actually, yeah, I think they won't let me down, and each and every opportunity, I'm hoping and like I'm ready for it.
Okay, that's great. That's a great way to go. I love what you just said about like wiring efficiency. Like I mean, is one of those things that which like we working towards it. So I'm glad that as you're busy wiring there, you busy thinking the efficient way to save. Okay. In the meantime, can you just tell us the benefits according to you, the benefits of CEA?
Uh, you know, I always say with CEA, as it's more about saving, and it's more about saving money, it's more about saving electricity, it's more actually, it's more about, let's say you take waste and you make something useful with it. So for me, it's something that we do it every day. We do it every day in our everyday life. So I don't know. Honestly, after the course, I just, everything that I do, I do it with that mind that I have to save. You know, you can't put a kettle, you can't boil 1 liter of water to make just a cup of tea. You know, for me, that you are wasting. You see, so when everything that I do with that mentality of I have to save, I have to save. And honestly speaking, after the course at home, I take our bills. Since there's no jobs for now, so I take our bills. I try to compare, and with energy, yes, everyone is saying we should save, but CEA teaches you where exactly to concentrate. There's something called a load balance. You just see, okay, this is for geyser, this is for stove, and then you just make columns with this. Okay, from now on, we do this with the stove, and then you see the changes. That's nice about it. When you do it, you can see the result at the end.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the benefits, I guess.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I didn't know that you don't just save, but you need to know where to save. I mean, this is something else that which is great. And yeah, well, I'm just glad that we managed to get your side of it, and we are happy as the SAEEC that there are people there who are making differences, and there are people who want to grow up in this industry. So in the sum up, can you just give advice to someone who is in engineering and they want to come into this energy industry, be it the CEA, the CEM, the CMVP, the CRM? Just briefly tell them the opportunities that are in the energy sector.
Yeah, okay. Honestly speaking, if it was by me, I was going to say each and every engineer should go or should attend one of the programs. Okay. Because now engineers, like I said, now we're busy wiring, we're using the motors, but we are not using them efficiently. Like a person can take a big motor for such a small job. So for me, yes, it will run and it will make the process will go, but you are not using it efficiently. So I feel like engineers should look at this in another eye, and perhaps they should just include it in one of the courses. Maybe will be fine, especially in our country with the load shading. If we can go green, I think we will be fine as a country and stable when it comes to electricity or energy.
Okay, let me throw you another buzz just for once. You mentioned the load shading thing. What solutions do you think or do you feel that should be implemented to reduce the load shedding in this country?
I think the problem is South Africa by now, we don't have the exact amount of the demand. Because the thing is, you can't just supply us with an electricity if you don't know how much we need. So, I mean, we do have houses where they call it Easy York, where they just did the bypass of electricity. Yeah. So I think as a country we have a lot of work to do. Go door to door to see if we are using electricity correctly. Once we can resolve that problem, then we'll know the total or the exact the demand that we need, so that when you supply, you just supply more than or according to how we'll use it.
So basically, it's just a matter of us knowing, it's just a matter of us knowing how much is needed and what is being used currently.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There's something called power factor. Power factor is actually the ratio between the demand, and the maximum. So there's maximum demand and there's what we need. So if we can also practice that, there's this law, I don't know, there's this law, they say if the power factor shouldn't be 1 or less than 0.9, something that they told me at the course. So it's actually, it's a ratio. They monitor what we need and what should be supplied.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. No, thank you very much. That's a lesson. I guess that's a lesson that every South African should know. Awareness of what exactly, how much exactly is needed, what exactly need to be supplied to whom. Well, thank you very much for this. I think we've come to the end of our interview. And then thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. And then I hope that in future you will grow in this industry and grow to be one of those female engineers or female artisans. I don't know if they are such in the industry, whereby like we practice more and more of efficiency. Thank you very much, Naomi. From us as the SAEC, we would like to thank you and say to you, well done on what you are doing and well done on, I hope you enjoyed Kenya. One last question. Are you the member of SAEC?
Yes, I am.
So you are a member of
You can search for my name. Yes, you can search for my name there.
Okay.
I'm a member, and I do attend some of the short courses, the pump, the fans, the motors. I do attend those.
Okay,
and
that's great.
Yeah, thank
that's
you
great.
so
that's
much
great.
again. And please let me know if there's any opportunity. I just told you that my bag is ready. Whenever you want me, I'm there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I love the sound of that. Whenever there's an opportunity, we'll throw it to you. Well, here's an opportunity. The South African Energy Efficiency Confederation is having an annual conference. It is on the 11th of, not on the 11th, on the 3rd to the 5th of November. So do yourself a favor and register. I guess you do receive our newsletters, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, so please do click that button and register for the conference.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.